Listen, beast. You don't stand a chance against Fiora Larot.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another deck profile. Today we have the beautiful Fiora the Grand Duelist. When one of your units becomes mighty, you may exhaust me to channel one rune exhausted. So you tap her to channel a rune exhausted whenever one of your units becomes mighty, which includes equipping it with a gear, which is the fundamental part about this deck. We love Fiora. I really wanted to get a overnumber of her. We didn't pull her at all. We've opened boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. I wish I could show you all the bulk surrounding me to show you that we never ended up pulling her. But we pulled 3 signature Aries. Can you imagine that? We pulled 3 signature Aries, but not one of these. How insane is that? Let's get into it. First, we start with the runes. Now, you know me, I'm a relatively normal guy. We play 6 order and 6 body. 6 yellow, 6 orange. It's the bread and butter of the deck. Why would you need anything else? Next, we have the battlefields, okay? Your battlefields are Obelisk of Power. This is important because when you want to start your turn with a 2-drop and an equipment, you can. This also channels for both of you, so going first or second, it's not that bad. Our going first battlefield, though, however, is Treferian War Camp. Units here have +1, so not only do you make your creatures mighty, you can be bigger on the hold. Fundamental for how you play this game. Treferian War Camp, big hold. Last but not least, Dreaming Tree. Dreaming Tree is great because when you target a unit to equip something is when you choose it with a spell. It doesn't count because it's a gear. So you've got to choose some of the other spells that you have in your deck. We'll talk about that later. We play Yellow Fiora. This is the new Yellow Fiora, Fiora Worthy. When a unit you control becomes mighty, you may pay a yellow power, to ready it. Which is nuts because we play First Mate and we get units in here equipped with a gear and then readied straight in. It's like a pseudo accelerate. What more could you ask for on a unit? Let's start with the monsters this time. Let's start with the units, okay? So first, a great Spiritforged card, brand new 2-drop, a yellow 2-drop, Unsung Hero. I really like this card because it's a 2/2. It's got a death knell. If I was mighty, when it dies, draw 2. This is great for the simple strategy that we do include in this deck called Baited Hook. You can sack this off a Baited Hook, get the death knell when it's equipped with a BF sword, and you will get a draw 2. You guys know me by now. I love drawing cards. Next, we play 2 Pit Rookie. Pit Rookie is by far one of the better cards in the deck because it's a 2-drop, it's a 2/2. When you play, buff another unit. In this deck, we do buff things, we do play set, we need those buffs, we value those buffs, so we play Pit Rookie. A card that I really enjoyed from my precon. When you play me, you can pay an additional energy to buff him, and I think that's super cool. Again, we like the buffs. We like our units a little bit higher. We like to buff each other. Sea Monkey just has like a random one-off. I think was kind of cute and unique. Lastly, for the 2s, we play 2 Honest Broker. I don't know if you saw my last deck profile with the Rex size. Honest Broker is a great 2/2. It's a yellow card. It has a death knell trigger, so you can sack it and get a gold gear off of Baited Hook. What more could you ask for out of a 2-drop? Let's go to the 3s. We play 3 First Mate. First Mate, when you play me ready another unit, you can do a lot of combat tricks with this. I shouldn't call them combat tricks. You could do a lot of movement tricks with this, where you play a unit and ready it to move it around or move it back after conquering. Very useful. Speaking of moving back when conquering, Lucian. The orange Lucian has Weapon Master, so you can equip gear for free. And the first time you conquer each turn, ready him. So you can move to a battlefield, conquer, ready him, move him back, play a First Mate, move to a battlefield, re-ready him, move him back. Yeah, play a First Mate, ready him, move him to the second battlefield, play him back. Like, what? That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. He's a 3 might unit, so with any real gear, like a Doran's Blade or anything else, he goes up to 5 and becomes mighty. Like, what? God, they made this deck kind of nuts, didn't they? If you didn't see the China Regionals, you probably should have. Akshan is an amazing card for stealing your opponent's gears. Right now, the game is full of different kinds of equipment and different kinds of gear. If you pay to play him, which is an additional 2 power, you can steal a gear from your opponent. You can control it until it leaves the board. If it's an equipment, attach it to him. So you can steal a lot of things. You can take their Spinning Axe. You can take their Doran's Blade. You can take, even if it's not an equipment, you can steal their seal. That's freaking crazy. Akshan, what a busted card. Now, we also play one copy of the other yellow Fiora. This is the set 1 Fiora. When she's mighty, she has deflect, ganking, and shield. A little insane. She comes in as a 4. You don't have to pay a power to play her. Oh my goodness, what a busted card. Speaking of power to play, we have 3 copies of Set. Set, because we have the buffs in here, when I'm played and when I conquer, buff me, spend his buff to give him +4. He's got like a punch first on him, literally. Set is a great card to also hit or play for free off of Baited Hook, which we will get into in a little bit. Speaking of Baited Hook, plays Harness Dragon. When you play me, sack a unit. Kill an enemy unit, okay? Busted. Play this for free off of Baited Hook. Right off the top. You want to play this specifically off of sacking any of your big boys, any of your multi-equipped units. Harness Dragon is also a great 6 might unit that, if equipped with anything, really holds or really can swing over even the Ferrero Rocher, as you guys know that I call him. 1 Warmog's Armor. This is for the Conquer and buff. This is a great 1-drop. Nothing really special about this. Equipping and paying for the equipment is fine, because when you equip your monsters and you use the Fiora legend ability, you get back the rune that you paid to equip. So you don't need seals in this deck. Same thing applies for Doran's Blade. 1 and 1. Again, great if you see them. Give this to Lucian. Have him run around all over the place. Mighty. Perfect. Baited Hook. This card. Wow, this card. A lot of people do not like the gambling of Fiora Baited Hook. I love the gambling of Fiora Baited Hook. It is nuts. It's a great card. It's seeing a lot of power from set 1. Pay 1 and a power to tap it. Kill a friendly unit. Look at the top 5 cards of your main deck. You may play a unit from cards among them with 1 might more than the killed unit, ignoring its cost. Then recycle the rest. So, for example, if you have a 2-drop with a battlefield sword, 2-drop with a BF sword, that makes him a 5 might unit. If you sack that unit with Baited Hook, you get to keep the BF sword. You get to look for something off the top, and it's probably going to be a set. And if you hit a set, you can play the set for free, ignoring its cost. Like, what? You don't even pay the power. That's crazy. Baited Hook is nuts. Way better than Darius. Way better in this deck, because you have mighty cards, and you can play bigger yellow or orange bombs that are top heavy that you couldn't normally play with the low end of this deck. The floor is so consistent that what you hit off Baited Hook is really just up to you to throw them in there for gamble's sake. Next, we have 3 BF Sword. Put this on an unsung hero. She's a 5. Sack her. She gives you a draw 2, and you get to play a set for free. Oh my goodness. What a busted card. 2 Punch First. A card that we all kind of were super afraid of. Shout out George. Shout out the under 2 power, under 2 energy combat trick that just is nuts. Give a unit +5. I'm hard bargaining this every single time they get the chance to, because I hate Punch First, but it's really good. You gotta play it. 2 Hidden Blade for the same reason. You want to sack your own creatures for an advantage. You want to sack their creatures to even the battlefield. You can hide this card at a battlefield that you're holding. It's great. It's one of the only yellow cards that is really useful for preventing them from swinging into you. We play it at 2. Speaking of 2 and preventing them swinging into you, we got Riposte, Fiora's signature spell. Riposte can be played as a reaction. Choose a friendly unit and a spell, counter that spell, and give the unit equal might to that spell's energy cost. So, this can be used on Time Warp. This can be used on a lot of different things. This can be used on Rebuke. This can be used on anything you want to get rid of. This is your hard bargain, but worse, because it also pumps your unit. Death Grip, also a great sacking card. Kills a friendly unit to give plus might equal to the might of the other friendly unit this turn. Draw 1. Great card, doesn't require a power, can be played as a reaction. Great for a combat trick in the necessary need, and it gives you a draw. Kind of like a yellow Stupefy. And last for the deck, we play Call to Glory. I wanted to play this card at 3. I think Call to Glory is an insane card. As you play this, you may spend a buff as an additional cost, and if you do, ignore the spell's cost. So you can play it for free if you rip the buff off. Realistically, with Set, Pit Rookie, and the Monkey, you can play this card for free a lot of times. I think +3 is a great might difference. It's significant in a game where it's only really +2 off of Discipline or +X off of other things. +3 is a weird number that keeps your combat tricks really live. And even if you have to pay for this card, 3 mana is not that bad for anything that you want to play on reaction. Let's get into the side deck. The side deck we have 1 Riposte, just to put 3 in, because if you're playing against like Aurelia or Kaisa or anything that really bothers you, or more of the purple decks because you really are annoyed by the purple decks, you just want to counter more cards. It doesn't cost a lot. You can channel more by playing mighty units and equipping them with things. So realistically, like, you're fine. Play more Riposte. Next we play Cannon Barrage. This is just another combat trick to deal 2. This is for the minion swarm. Victor. The deck doesn't have a bad matchup into minion swarm because you are often playing one creature that can swing mighty and you don't mind your creatures dying. But Cannon Barrage is a really good card for just getting the job done, and you do cycle through your deck pretty often, so seeing it at 1 is not that bad. Hitting base is super important too for people who play a lot more defensive, like Draven. Challenge is great for that. You can challenge with your mighty units and get a 5 to kill their 4, or if you're worried about Rek'Sai, constantly dodging the battlefield, other Lucians, other Azirs, anything that you want to pump your mighty creatures to, you can challenge and hit base for whatever that might is. In a gear-heavy format, you have to play Salvage. It's the only yellow gear removal card that gives you a draw card. You can play it on action, so you can play it during combat for the Draven decks that have them equipped, or for the Fiora deck that has things equipped as well. And last but not least, probably one of the most busted cards in the deck. I would consider putting this in the main deck, maybe cutting Sea Monkey or another 3, maybe 1 less Akshan for Sabotage in the main. Choose an opponent, they reveal their hand, you choose a non-unit card from it, recycle that card. This is to get rid of combat tricks, this is to get rid of movement spells, this is to get rid of things that normally would hinder you for when you're making those power swings, those power turns. You want to get rid of those cards, so you want to play this card instead. And that's pretty much it for the deck profile. I played this deck pretty often. I'm excited to play this a lot more. I love Fiora. Editors show the other side of this mat. We put Fiora on the 2nd season mat. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. I wish I had an over number to show off to you guys. I actually do have the alts. I don't know why I didn't play them or bring them, but I guess they're in the trade binder for other people. If you guys want to play more Fiora, you want to play a baited hook version for Bologna or for Vegas, let me know in the comments below what you're testing, what you're playing. Subscribe if you like this quality content, and thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I know we're a little behind. I know I've got some vlogs coming, but at the end of the day, we had to make the quality content and enjoy the game for how we're playing it. I love Spiritforged. I love what it added to the game. I can't wait to see what we can do with it at these regionals. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.